they take money away from schools, the first thing that they do is make a larger class size, meaning less teachers, more kids. They get less attention. That's like the easiest thing to figure out. You know that you, with your kid, one-on-one, you could teach them a lot. Like when they're having trouble at school or whatever, or there's some complicated idea in the world or some interpersonal thing, you sitting talking to them is gonna do a lot. Now, we can't do that because we gotta work. But we know that one-on-one is the best and 1-on-40 is the worst. Money not being put into education gives us that 1-on-30 or 40 sort of thing. We need smaller class sizes. We also need an education that puts things into a clear perspective. I have a song called Strange Arithmetic on this last album, and it talks about that. It's, they teach us all these facts that we're supposed to memorize, but they don't really teach us, anything to do with them. They don't really teach us really about the world. They make us think, put it like this, if you're not teaching people a class analysis, if you're not teaching people that we live under capitalism and that capitalism operates via exploitation of labor, then you're sending people in to be pimped without teaching them about what's happening. And not only that, but not without teaching them about how to get out of it. So we don't teach about revolutionary movements. And really that's we're not giving people what they need. The education that we need is one that teaches us about the need to organize, the power in numbers, the need to not just petition government through like complaining on the street, but the ability to organize and shut down industry in order to get the things that we need. And that can be done through telling it historically how it happened, through talking about hypothetical situations in the future, or talking about what's happening now. But if we're not teaching people how that exploitation is the main contradiction of capitalism, then we're not giving them what they need to survive. We're making them think that, hey, all of y'all can all just figure out how to make it and everything is gonna be okay. And that we're lying to them when we say that. That everything can be okay, but not you and, everybody's not gonna make it individually. The rest of y'all are just gonna have to fight it out with each other, fight over those crumbs. And so I think that, we need an education movement that teaches how to change the system. And that's going to have to be based around, teaching people how the system actually works, teaching them how to organize against it. But that's actually illegal to do. It's illegal to teach things that insinuate that we should have a communist world, meaning that insinuate that we should have a world in which the people could democratically control not just our elected representatives, but democratically control the wealth that we create with our labor. Anything going towards that, there's various ways that it's put, but most high school teachers have that. Which is why all of a sudden you get to college, you learn some of these things. But by that time, you're trying to learn something to get a job somewhere, and it's not really gonna help so much.
Because of a lack of history, understanding of history, they find themselves repeating steps that have already been taken when all they have to do was pivot from what Dr. King already did.
Any obstacle or any form of adversity is gonna make you a better person when you come out of it on the other side. You're not gonna wanna hear that at the front of it.
Everybody should always aspire to be the person that they're not, and do what it takes to become that person.
There's madness in miseducation. When you're telling somebody half of the story and you're lying to black kids about who they are, you're not telling them, that they would come from kings and queens.